of people pack into a C-17. We've seen Afghans falling.
That was 4 days ago, 5 days ago.
No, Joe, at the time of that interview with George Stephanopoulos, it had been 2 days since that video had came out. Guys, John Claymore here, and of course, this is a video that I wanted to do today, but because my blood was boiling about the situation, I chose to wait a day and delay and actually kind of catch my breath. I'm doing this video, of course, on Wednesday night. This video will be out tomorrow on Thursday. I'm talking about the situation in Afghanistan and how it is deteriorating and getting much, much worse. And we will discuss all avenues of what's going on right now and all the false narratives the media is trying to throw out there. But before we get in this video, guys, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this video, also hit the notification bell, sign off in the comment section. I want to get you guys' thoughts. So I guess we were all reminded of Obama's famous words, don't underestimate Joe's ability to bleep things up. And of course, that is going on right now. But here's the thing, okay? And I want to go ahead and state one more time for the record. My personal belief here, nobody has a problem with leaving Afghanistan, okay? The people who are upset in this country right now, including myself, is because of the way we're leaving Afghanistan and the fact that we are also at the same time have allowed anywhere between 10 to maybe even 20 to 30,000 U.S. personnel. This includes troops, this includes interpreters, this includes support staff, it includes their families, American citizens, and some people who've been guaranteed passage back to the United States. We're basically leaving them out to dry. And of course, the Taliban has cut off every avenue of approach to get to the airport in Kabul, which is really boggling me because Bagram is supposed to be open, but for whatever reason, people are not getting there. So let's go ahead and kind of do a recap of today's actions of what's actually been going on and just exactly how incompetent our government and leadership is being right now.
You know, and how long does it take to flow those forces in to be able to do that?
So it sounds like you're saying this depends on diplomacy with the Taliban. That's it. That's our only option, is getting them to agree to do this.
Well, let me
have the capability to go out and collect Americans.
We don't have the capability to go out and collect up large numbers of people, Barb.
I've covered all sorts of crazy situations. This was mayhem. This was nuts. This is impossible for an ordinary civilian, even if they have their paperwork. No way they're running that gauntlet. No way they're going to be able to navigate that. It's very dicey, it's very dangerous, and it's completely unpredictable. There's no order, there's no coherent system for processing people, separating those with papers from those who don't have papers. And honestly, to me, it's a miracle that more people haven't been very, very seriously hurt.
So you mean to tell me that we cannot get our personnel out? First of all, Secretary of Defense Austin, let me go ahead and throw something out there at you, okay? Because you're a general, you're supposed to have gotten there on your merits. You should know by now that one of the things that we could do right now is surgical airstrike, something we should have done from the start. You see, this right here goes back to those people I talked about before when they said, oh, no, just leave. Don't even worry about airstrikes or anything. Don't bomb nobody, okay? We need those airstrikes to cover our rear, so that way we can get our people out. We also use those airstrikes to provide a psychological value. You know, sometimes we may hit something, we may blow something up to kind of scare the Taliban, scare our enemies. That right there is why airstrikes are done. It's done for psychological purposes, and it's done to knock out enemies. It's done to cover our advance back home, okay? And of course, as you guys can see in this damn photo right here, I'm not so sure that we're bringing home our interpreters. I'm not so sure we're bringing home our support staff. This is what really burns people up, is that all of our men are being left behind. They're being told to go to a government website to try to get home, okay? And there's only one place they're going to, which is Kabul. And it's just really surprised me that why is anybody not going to Bagram? I mean, and also, I mean, it's a miracle that this entire thing has not gotten a lot worse. Maybe all the prayers are actually working. I mean, I know I prayed twice to bring our boys home safe. And see, really quick, just for the record, because we all know what's coming, which I'll get to in the next segment, I have no problem bringing home the interpreters, the support staff, the informants. Yeah, we need to bring him home with us, because if we leave them there, the Taliban's going to kill them, okay? Do you see what I'm saying? They're going to actually get killed. We can't just be bringing home random people, which is why I think got stuffed inside that damn plane. I mean, this whole entire thing has been completely disorganized. And yes, it's been chaotic, which is to be expected, but holy crap. I mean, this right here isn't just chaos. I mean, as I said before, we've left all of our weapons behind only to hear this type of crap hit.
Dollars worth of weaponry that the U.S. gave Afghanistan. Does the U.S. have a plan for that, or does it remain in the Taliban hands?
We don't have a complete picture, obviously, of where every article
of defense materials has gone, but certainly a fair amount of it has fallen into the hands of the Taliban. And obviously, we don't have a sense that they are going to readily hand it over to us at the airport.
Of course they're not going to give us back our weapons. I mean, did you think they were going to do that? I mean, we left the weapons there irresponsibly. We left hastily. Weapons got left behind. Do you think the Taliban is going to give those weapons back? Hell no, they're not going to. Instead, they're going to use those weapons to intimidate our personnel, and they're also going to use those weapons and that ammo against our guys who are stuck behind enemy lines. All right? But let's just calm down for a second, because we all know what the hell is coming. We all know what's coming, which, by the way, of course, it came out about 5 or 6 days too late, and nobody's buying it, of course. That's right, the "we hate brown people" narrative. Cue the tones.
Horrific fear-mongering and racism doesn't carve out the men and women in Afghanistan who kept our soldiers alive for 2 decades is a new level of reprehensible.
So right-wing personalities using the crisis in Afghanistan to push an anti-refugee sentiment.
They're getting caught up in what I call the brown menace, which is this Trumper right-wing fear of people coming into the country from Central and South America. These people seem to be getting swept up into that xenophobia.
These crazy people on the right doing, what they always do with their fear-mongering and their hateful rhetoric. And I know what some of these people are worried about is that they're worried that refugees like myself, when they come to this country, will outshine them.
I expect this kind of crap out of Nicole Wallace. I expect this type of bullshit from Dom Lemon. Chris Cuomo should be off the air after everything that's happened with his brother, after him basically coddling his brother and giving his brother all the advice in the world in consultation. He should not be on the air. Okay, it's just the way it is. All right, this entire situation has been bungled from start to finish, and the American families who have raised these soldiers, they're the ones who's suffering right now. All right, 20 years, and now people feel, what was the reason for us going? Oh, wait, that's right. I had Ilhan Omar in that clip. American servicemen put their lives on the line to rescue her when she was a refugee. And by the way, she is our fault. She is actually our fault. Her, AOC, Cori Bush, Ayanna Pressley, the squad as a whole, Rashida Tlaib, they are the failure of the U.S. school system. None of these people could pass civics. None of these people understood civics to begin with. Most of their voters don't understand. I would actually argue that about 2/3 of Biden's voters couldn't pass the civics test. They don't even have the damn country even operates. Have you ever noticed in those Mark Dice videos and those Man on the Street videos, even the Jesse Waters old videos, that most of these people, they don't even realize that there's 3 branches of government. I think it's like 5 or 6, or in some cases 1. You do realize that there's more to the government than just the president of the United States. It's a security apparatus. I know people are going to say, well, you're blaming the president. Yeah, I'm blaming the president because of his bad leadership. But I'm not just blaming him. You see, Kamala Harris is in there screaming right now, don't pin this shit on me. As we discussed in the previous video, which, by the way, I'll probably link in the comments section, she had a big-time hand in this whole withdrawal. Do you remember this clip here?
President Kamala Harris confirmed she played a pivotal role in President Biden's decision to withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan in an interview with CNN's Dana Bash on Sunday.
He just made a really big decision. Afghanistan.
Yes.
Were you the last person in the room?
Yes.
And you feel comfortable?
I do. And I'm going to add to that. This is a president who has an extraordinary amount of courage.
Mr. Vice President Biden, I do not believe you are a racist. It's personal, and it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of 2 United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And,
Courage. 2 years ago, according to you, Kamala, he was a damn racist. Come on. Joe is obviously an incompetent fool, and you damn it know it. You're just trying to keep yourself warm for that VP job after the 25th Amendment or his abrupt resignation. Let's just be honest about that, Kamala. All in all, this entire ordeal is a giant clusterfuck, and we're about to get more and more false narratives and more bullshit get fed down our throat at the expense of our men and women overseas. And as I said before, and I'll say this over and over again, airstrikes could have prevented a lot of this crap. Airstrikes could have helped out with most of this stuff. And also at the same time, I'm not xenophobic. I'm okay with bringing home the interpreters and the informants, but not just anybody. I mean, we all know why they're bringing them in, because of possible votes. But then again, though, the Democratic Party, they underestimate exactly what it is they do. You see, they're thinking that all these Afghans they're bringing in are going to be votes. They think all these Hispanics that they're bringing in across the border, which, by the way, I saw some people from Senegal crossing our border. They think all are just going to be votes. Okay, first of all, you got to process these people in the system to even get them to be able to vote, even give them legalized status. I mean, I understand that they're trying to do amnesty and crap, but they can't pass anything in our legislation, so I highly doubt it's going to happen before 2022. So you want that, okay? You're expected to believe that they're going to go ahead and go out and vote. And I understand that it's very possible that they can, but you've clogged up the system to where we can't process them to get them to do that. Also, something else, too. Most Hispanics believe in God, and the far left and Democratic Party is adopting an anti-God platform. Also, one more thing, too. These Afghans, a lot of them feel betrayed that the United States of America drove them from their homes and forced them to leave their actual home in Afghanistan to come here. One more thing, too, though, because I've got to throw this out there, because, yes, this is going to sound like a contradiction, but to answer Ilhan Omar, and I'll end the video with this right here. How many active shooters are, just take a wild guess, how many active shooters are white versus how many active shooters are radical Islamists? I just figured I'd leave that out there. Guys, this is John Clanwell. If you like this content, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this video, also hit the notification bell, sign up in the comment section. I'll see you guys later.
Oh, man. Don't hit me with them negative waves so early in the morning. It's still up. No, it ain't.